Recency bias. Recency bias stems from the recency defect theory. Humans tend to have an easy time remembering the last piece of information given to them, implying that if information is learned from a list, people readily recall the last item on the list. This implies that people tend to be most biased and influenced by the last piece of information given to them. The brain believes that current events are more important than events from the past. This was a good survival technique wired into human DNA. For example, focusing on a lion that might eat us now was more important than focusing on one that might eat us later. The recency bias has kept us alive for millennia. We tend to pick the team that won last year's championship to win again this year, although consecutive wins rarely happen. The threat of COVID-19 was soon forgotten, and people were in a mad rush to get back to normalcy as they believed new threats, such as floods, were more important, even when the coronavirus was still lurking on. Very important in finance, we tend to think that how it is now is how it will be in the future. So when markets are recently bad, we hesitate to invest when great bargains start coming up, as we are still stuck with the recent loss, missing our best bets. Or taking foolish risks when markets are up because recent memory tells us it will stay up. To counter this undesired bias, practice critical thinking, keep records of appraisal for the duration of an event or activity, remind yourself of the long game constantly, and consider all the downside risks.